Hi, this video is how to make a pom-pom, and I use these tools, or this tool I should say, to actually make them. It's by Clover. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see. Brands up here, Clover. This one is a 2-pack, as you can see. They are 2 sizes. They're called large size, which makes a 2.5 and a 3 3/8 inch pom-pom on these. And again, this is what the other size looks like, so you can kind of see. I also have, and I don't remember the sizes of these because I don't have the paper anymore, but they're this size. And again, to make smaller, and I believe they even have one that's smaller than this one, and I believe they even have one that's bigger than this one. I couldn't imagine what you put a pom-pom in that. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to use the bigger one. That way, hopefully I can keep all of what I'm doing in the camera view. So as you can see, it comes apart. You know, it's pretty, my daughter likes playing with it, so I mean, it's bendable, it's all that. And the other thing to keep in mind is it does pull apart as well. So if it comes apart on you, it's supposed to do that. So you put it back together. So you're trying to figure out, okay, how do I use this? What I kind of do is I pull out both sides so they're kind of like this, a little bit. Because you're going to wrap this one, and then you're going to start wrapping this one. So I'm going to use red, because I feel it's going to show up. 1 strand is all you need. Don't use 2 strands. For me, it seemed like it didn't work as well. So you're taking your 1 strand, I find the end here, and you're just going to kind of place it around there and start wrapping. Now this will move on you, just kind of push it back to keep it straight, and all you're doing is wrapping around the moon. See, it's wrapping around. You see, so this is how it's going. And then just kind of push it over because you don't want any of the blue or whatever color it is to show through. So that gives you an idea of how tight you need to do it, or just to make sure you're covering it. So you see it this way, this is how it's looking on this end, and how it looks on the top. So just keep going around. Like I said, you can move it, so I mean, you don't need to have that one in your way. You can just wrap the one. Okay, so you're just covering up it so it has no space. And again, these are kind of slides, you just kind of slowly move them. You don't have to do it really tight. You just basically, at least to me, it doesn't seem like you have to do it really tight. Okay, and see, we're almost to the end. And that's why I'm kind of pushing it over, because I want to see if it's actually covering it. Okay. Right. And you can kind of backtrack a little bit and see. And you're going to pretty much try to go as close to where it meets this as possible. So this is how this side looks. It's completely covered. Can't see the bar through. Now you're going to kind of, that's going to be a little tricky. See, I'll better show it this way. You're going to kind of close this one. But before you do, try to bring the string in through that little hole. See how it's kind of like a slit? To bring it around to this one. Because now you need to, now you need to wrap these 2. So let me just explain that one more time, in case you didn't see how I did it. When this is open, when this is open, okay, just kind of take it through the middle if you want to bring it around so that you can start wrapping the other pegs. I mean, that's what the goal is, to get both sides of this wrapped. And you may need to do a little wiggling to make sure it's in the right spot. If it's not perfect, you can kind of fix it after it comes out anyway, so don't feel like you did it wrong. As long as you can get that string to start wrapping around the other one, you should be fine. So we're going to wrap this one. So I can hold it open for you. Keep loosening my string. Okay, so we're just wrapping. And you notice that it has a lot of space. Just push it over so it covers it. So you do a few wraps and just push it over. And you'll be faster at this as you go. I'm just trying to slow down so you can actually see what I'm doing. See, they're both getting wrapped. That's what it looks like on the inside. So you're just trying to wrap it so that it covers all that blue, or whatever color the tool is. almost getting to the end. You also need a sharp pair of scissors. I tend to use these kind of ones because you want that sharper point. These kind of short blunt ones don't seem to work as well, but if you probably had a shorter scissors that's a little sharper on the end, it probably would work. Okay, so I'm almost to the end of this one. A couple strands that, okay. So once you get to the end of this one, you're going to close it. So now it's closed like that, and that's what it's going to look like. It's all bundled up. Cut yourself the tail. Okay, so now you have that little string. Now set this, what you're going to do now is you're going to cut in between that little slit. See that little slit right there? That's where you're going to cut all the way around here, all the way around there. Okay, so I'm going to take these scissors, go a little bit here, you're going to go right in between that slit and cut it. Sometimes you have to give it a little more angle. So that's all it's going to look as you go around. So see, you're coming around to where the other opening is, so you're just going to kind of work your way through there. So see how it looks in there? You're just working your way through there. So I'm going to finish going around, keeping it as close as you can with the other hand. I think my scissors are starting to get a little dull, so I might have to get some new ones. So you work your way around completely, and one strand came out, and that's fine. If the strand comes out when you're working, that's okay. So now it looks like this. You can kind of see the fuzziness on each side. That's what it looks like. What you're going to do now, okay, make sure. Okay, is you're going to cut another length of string. It could be 12 feet or whatever way you want to do it. It's not a big deal on how long it is. I mean, I always say it's better to do it longer and trim it afterwards. So you're going to lay that string in between the two blue parts. And you're going to kind of pull it down through. And then you're going to tie it. And this is going to be a little hard to do on camera. So you're just going to tie it. So see, I got a little tie there. And you pull it tight. As tight as you can. And sometimes what I like to do is flip it so that I can tie it on the other side as well. Just figure for safety, or not safety, but secure, you know, making sure it's secure. Okay. The cool part's coming up soon. So then, like I said, I tied there, and I'm just pulling it as tight as I can, leaving these strands out. Do not cut these strands. Okay. And then all you're going to do is you're going to pop this open, pop the other side open, and then pull this apart. And now you have your pom-pom. And these two long strings, and now you can fluff it up. Sometimes I go like this, fluff it up. But if you look at it, you can see that there might be some strands that might need to be trimmed. So you can kind of go around and be like, okay, maybe this one's a little too long, give it a little trim, kind of like even it out a little bit. But usually don't do too much. Like see, you can look right there, there's a little long strand, so you might say, okay, I don't want that, so I'm just going to trim that off. It's more or less how you want it to be. But the reason I keep these strands on is so that you can actually use a crochet hook using these strands and thread it through your project, as you saw me do on the cupcake hat. At the end of that, the part 2 video should show me adding the pom-poms. So just thread these through your project, and then you can tie them on the other side, and that'll help secure it in, and then just trim what you don't need. But like I said, it's pretty simple, and I mean, this was making it off of, like I said, the biggest size loom. And then you just snap them back together, close it on up until you're ready to use it again. And as I said, they have a wide variety of sizes, and you do the same method on all of them. So there's no difference. That's what I like about this brand. And again, it's a Clover brand. Let's see. What does it say? Over here, Clover, just like a 4-leaf clover. And they, like I said, I believe they even have a size bigger than the one that's in here, and a size smaller than the smallest one on the other one. So I can't imagine how big. If this is the biggest one I have on me, I mean, compare it to my face to give you an idea of how big it is. Yeah, it's pretty big. But it'd be cool to do a bunch of little ones. See, these are great to add to hats. The other idea I have is my video about scrap yarn. Might be good to make a bunch of these up. I'm thinking if you get these tools, you get down to your last little bit of colors, make a bunch of these up, put them in a bin, and then you already have them made up, and then you just go in and grab a color and tie it on. It's pretty simple. I mean, it only probably takes a little less time than what you saw me do here because I was explaining it. So I thought you guys would like that because I'm not sure how everyone does pom-poms. This is how I do them. So I hope you enjoyed the video. It's a pretty quick video. Just simply grab a tool, wrapping it, cutting it, tying it. Can't get any simpler than that.